Have you ever seen 3x3s where people put 9 images together to kind of give a broad idea of what they like in a certain section? Of course, this is very popular in anime, and this can help you learn more about people's tastes, but I want to try to do something like this, except for Love Live. But for Love Live, you kind of need a large amount of choices to kind of really help develop a kind of personality or character. So I decided, you know what, for Love Live has a lot of songs. So why don't I do something for Love Live songs? So I went and decided to create my own 3x3 for Love Live, as you can see right here. So technically speaking, for 3x3s, you just pick whatever 9 you feel is most relevant. You might go a little bit out of your way to cover a bunch of different genres that feel really represent you, but I wanted to challenge myself to do something a little bit more different and not necessarily pick my top 9 songs or so. I already kind of do that, so I wanted to restrict myself and pick a bunch of different categories which I put in each individual section, and I'll go over each individual one and explain why I picked those. And of course, later, if you guys want, you can do this as well as an exercise, and I'm curious to see how you guys would do these. So I'll be going over my picks for each of these 9 categories. The one rule I set for myself is that there are going to be no repeats. I'm not, for example, my favorite song cannot be my most played song. So I will have 9 unique choices. But without further ado, let's go over the first category, favorite song. Simply my favorite song from Love Live, and there is no doubt in my mind what that would be. Bokotachi wa Hitosu no Hikari. This, of course, is just my favorite song from Love Live. It's been my favorite for many years, more or less a little bit past the first time I listened to this one. And it's really doesn't need a whole lot of explanation. This is one of the most popular Love Live songs with good reason. Bokotachi wa Hitosu no Hikari is just an excellent song all around and truly has something really special. Yes, it is thematically one of the last songs that they perform. I'm not sure you deal with a song for you, and that's kind of more separate. But it's just a song that every time I listen to, I don't skip. And that's not true for almost any song. It's a song that I never get tired of. And it's just a song filled with emotions. And it's a song for Muse by Muse. It's a song that is special to them. As you know, their names are lyrics in the song. And that's just something that I don't know if Love Live will ever do again, because that is not easy to do. And that's what really puts it over the edge for me. It's been my #1 song for every top list I've done, and it probably won't change. For the second category, I have favorite anime MV or PV. So basically any music video that's animated and basically not games. So there were multiple that I want to consider in here, and one of the ones that I really thought a lot about was Genjutsu Mysterium from the Yohanime. And this one is definitely really good overall. I enjoyed the song a lot. It's definitely one of my favorite songs that came out this year, and it came with a really great opening theme. I really liked a lot of the scenes and the animation, and some of the moments especially are bunch of different scenes. I really like that, and overall this is just a really fun one to watch. There are some slower moments where I'm not quite as interested, but overall this is just overall an excellent MV. I also really wanted to put Oikakeru Yume no Sakide, which is the second ending theme for Love Live Superstar. And overall this is just a song that I really like, but this was quite a special ending theme where we had all the girls just interacting with each other and doing cute things, and they didn't change a lot between certain scenes. It was just like them panning around, but they had a lot of moments that I really liked. Like we had the scene where the girls were feeding each other with the cakes and the strawberries, and then we also had all the girls trying each other's hairstyles, which I thought was really cute. So this is just a fun one that I really like watching, and just rewatching the girls' interactions and picking up small little stuff every single time after I watch it again and again. But ultimately the one I'm going to be putting for this category is Starlight Prologue. And Starlight Prologue, I just feel like it's just a little bit more interesting to watch. It is a very well animated dance. It has a real nice stage, has a lot of cool effects. And overall, I feel like it encapsulates the true experience of Love Live, which is having just overall a really good song being paired with great animation, and having a good mix of all the girls singing together. And the stage is just so beautiful, and I feel like this category is definitely going to be more leaning towards newer songs, because that is where Love Live shines the most, is with a lot of the great CGI they have had in the past few years. But there are a lot of excellent MVs out here, and this is just one that I just enjoy watching a lot. It is Leela's Snow Halation, but this is just a great song, great costume, great voices, all together put in one package. It just seems to really accomplish everything I'm looking for. So overall, this is going to be my favorite MV to watch. Now moving on to the next section, it's favorite subunit song, so any song that's by any permanent subunit. And there are a lot of good subunit songs, so it was not exactly easy to pick this one either. There's other ones that I really like Torikoriko Please, Shunjo Romantique, Dancing Raspberry, Suicide Sekai, Galaxy Hide and Seek. I can go on for quite some time, but I think my favorite would probably go to Twinkle Town. Yeah, that's right. I like Christmas music, and when I heard Quartzit was going to do a Christmas song, I got excited. And I really like this one because it actually seems to really fit the group. A lot of Christmas songs are about harmonizing, and guess what Quartz does? Quartz really excels in there, and there are some parts that I really liked about the song. It's just a really fun one out there. And yes, there are other good Christmas songs too, like Jingle Bells Got Tomonanai. I like that one a lot as well. But I think Twinkle Town does something that's a little extra special that I really liked. But both of those songs are of course really good, and there are so many good subunit songs, so it's hard to go wrong with any of these. So the next section I have Oldie But a Goodie, which of course is a phrase that a lot of people say, but this refers to older songs but is still good to this day. And old of course could be subjective. We could be talking about early and Love Live in general, which is, 2010, 11, 12, or we could be like old Aqua songs, old Nijugaku songs. So depending on who is going to be answering, it could mean a little different. But in general, the way I see it is early songs from each group is going to be okay. So like early Nijugaku, we're talking like 2018, early Aqua 2015, 2016, 2017 maybe, and for Muse the first few years. But I wanted to pull an old song, and that is genuinely old in terms of Love Live, and that is Natsu Iro Egao de 1-2 Jump. So this is definitely old by all definitions for Love Live, as this was literally the 11/12 song that came out for Love Live, and there's over 600. This came out in August of 2011, so over 12 years ago, and this is definitely a song that I feel definitely doesn't get a whole lot of appreciation. Yes, I could have gone with Boku no Life, Kimetsu no Life, or Snow Halation, which are older, but I feel like a lot of people are going to pick that answer. But this one is genuinely a pretty good song. This was, of course, just simply the third PV for Muse, and you could see it uses the old animation style, as this was pre-anime. But that doesn't mean the song itself is worse in quality, because this one is a really fun song that's really got that summer feeling, and I think this definitely deserves more love, because this is actually a quite fun song to listen to. The next section is the most played song. So this is going to be my most played song for Love Live. The actual number's kind of screwed up because I changed phones semi-recently, so I don't actually have the best accurate number, so it's going to be my guess, but it's also currently my most played on my phone, and that's going to be My Own Fairy Tale. This is a song that I've played a lot, and I do mean a lot. This is one of the songs that I play incredible amount of times. Probably second is actually Bokutachi wa Hitosu no Hikari, but this is a song that I listen to all the time. I like listening to, of course, the original, but I also really like listening to the off vocal. It's got a really nice melody to it that has a few layers that you don't exactly get to really listen to all the instrumentals very well if you got the vocal in there. So occasionally I like taking off, and of course it works as a karaoke, so if you want to sing along, that is great too. But I get a little more of those synthesizers in the background, and I also got like the accordion, and for some reason I really like that part of the song. I just really like this song, and I'm not crazy about a whole lot of slower songs, but this one just seems to really hit the right beats, and it's just a song that I come to really love, and why I like Kanta a lot this day, because of this song. This song really personifies Kanta very well. Yes, it's a little slower, but it also's got that message and the fact that, you know, she's kind of like a princess, and she's the one singing this, and she has her own little fairy tale where everything is perfect and it's in her dreams all. And I just find this one just a really pleasant song to listen to, and to this day it is one of my absolute favorites. For the next category, I wasn't really sure how to phrase it, so I put favorite unique combination song. Basically what I mean is a combination of characters that isn't really explored that often, or maybe just one time. So more or less one-time combination songs. So for example, we would have Rico and Yo for Misty Frosty Love, or Soldier Game, or YYY, Tiny Stars, etc. So combinations where you rarely see it. So it could be like first years, or some duets or trios where they decide to pair girls for this one time. So one that I really want to put was Garasu no Hanazono. I really like the song. This song is excellent. Yeah, it is essentially the ship song for Ellie and Nozomi, but this one is just a truly dramatic and romantic song that's really powerful. But it isn't my favorite. There's one I like a little bit more than that one. And that song would be Beat-In Angel, which is a combination of Maki and Rin. And this one is just a really fun song to listen to. It's fast and energetic, and of course it's got a little more of that synthesizer elements in it, but it's got that fast paced energy that you see Rin often has, but also kind of brings in a little of that cool element that Maki has. Together they put together a song that I find really thrilling and fun to listen to. For the next section, it is your pick for the most underrated song. And for me, there are a lot of underrated songs. I've done videos on these, but when we had to talk about underrated, it has to go to the Guided Fate Paradox. It's just straight up songs that are often neglected, not talked about, and it's not promoted, and it's not in any of their games. So there are just people to this day that still don't know about it, and that by nature makes it incredibly underrated because people just don't even know it exists. And there are some decent songs in there. There are solo songs for a bunch of girls from Muse, but my favorite from that collection has to go to Koruku no Kaido. I wish there was more I could show you in terms of the album cover or anything, because there is no video to show for you, because that just shows you how little support this got. This was of course paired with the game, and they released a bunch of these songs, and there are some good songs in there, but you know, there was never any live performances, never promoted, never in the games. So by that nature, this song has little support whatsoever. But Koruku no Kaido is actually a pretty dang good song. It's intense, and this is definitely the older voices for Love Live. So we got the old Haneo, which is a deeper voice, and I like the older Haneo with the deeper voice, and this is just overall a pretty good song. It's very similar to Koruku no Heaven, which is also by Haneo, but they kind of have a similar kind of niche that they fill, and this one has got a little more cooler elements that it's kind of trying to build and establish a style of what the game was like. But these songs definitely do deserve more love. It's of course not my favorite song, but these songs straight up, without a doubt, are so incredibly underrated, it's unfair. And I will always argue for people to get to listen to the song if they ever get the opportunity. The second to last section is first Love Live song. So this will be the first song that you remember listening to Love Live, or you know, the closest to that you can remember. Probably the first one that stuck, if not. Of course, for me, I think I do remember what was my first song that I ever listened to. So let's do a little venture, a little stroll back to memory lane to where I first got into Love Live. That would be late 2015, and back then it was just Muse. I knew Aqua was coming a little after I got into it, but at that time it was just Muse. And when I decided to try to get into it, I didn't actually watch anime. I didn't play the game first. I first was trying to see, do I even care about the songs that Love Live had? So I went and found a list of a bunch of the Love Live songs, and I saw there was a list of, it was probably around 110 songs back then, nowhere near the 600, but there was clearly a good inventory of songs there. So I went and picked the first song on the list, and that was, of course, the list was in chronological order, so it literally was the first song for Love Live, which of course would be Boku no Life, Kimi to no Life. So I went and listened to that song, and of course it probably did the trick. I wasn't crazy in love with the song at first. I thought, oh yeah, this is alright, and I listened to more songs and eventually got more into it and watched anime and played games. But yeah, Boku no Life, Kimi to Life was in fact my first song for Love Live. And for the last section, I have Love the Song but Not the Artist. So these are going to be songs where you really like the song, but the artist is someone or a group that you don't care so much for. So it could be something like, if you don't like Prontom but you really like a certain Prontom song, this is what you would put in there. So for me, the artist that I picked was going to be Kasumi. I like Kasumi, but I don't like really love her. She's kind of more lower on my list. But she has some pretty decent songs, but the one that I like the most from her is going to be Muteki Q Believer. So this one is kind of different compared to a bunch of other releases for Nichikaku. Oftentimes, a bunch of the girls get their solo songs in a big album and each girl gets one, but this is the one exception, where Muteki Q Believer was given to the winner of a poll. So this could have not been a Kasumi solo song, it could have been Setsuna, for example. But Kasumi is the one that ended up winning, so she gets to sing the song, which is also why this isn't really necessarily a Kasumi-styled song. And I just really like this one. So this was actually paired with Mirai Harmony, and you can definitely see, especially in animation style. But this is why there was a lot of love and treatment put into this song and the animation. And it's part of the reason why I really like this one. This one goes on the Nichi Bridge, and it lights up the bridge, and it looks so nice. And overall, it's just a really good song that I really like. But again, Kasumi isn't really my favorite character. I still kind of like her songs, but I don't really care a whole lot for Kasumi. So overall, this is kind of one of those weird things where, like, I really like the song, but this would make me almost make you think I'm a Kasumi fan. But I think Kasumi's alright, but she isn't my favorite character. So that more or less does it for my list. This is my pick for those specific categories in my 3x3. So hopefully that gives you a little idea of some songs that I really do like. And hopefully you guys found this interesting and fun. And maybe some of you might be interested in doing this yourself. I would definitely encourage you guys to do that. And I'll probably put the 3x3 square in Discord. So if you want to do that, or Twitter. And you know, I'll definitely be curious to see what your guys' is and see what they might be. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this concept in the comments below, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hope to catch you guys in another video soon.